Guys, if you've been driving the LMP3 car, you're going along, minding your own business, braking into a corner, and then all of a sudden, the thing goes round on you and you're now facing a barrier. Damn it! Yep, me too. And well, I decided to put some practice in and figure out exactly what is causing this. And I figured it out, guys, and I wanted to let you all know. So this is how not to spin the LMP3 car and the reasons why you are, if this keeps happening to you. It's a very difficult car to drive. There's no ABS. It does require a bit more skill than even the LMP2 and the LMDH, even though they are quicker. But it is a really great car to drive, and I'm really looking forward to driving this car in the official races alongside you all. And I want us all to be able to at least finish the races and limit those dentist memes, guys, now, because I'm a convert. And I don't want to be known as a dentist for driving this car. And I'm sure you don't either. So yes, let's get into it. Remember to like and subscribe button, turn those notifications on. And this is going to help you improve your driving in the LMP3. So first tip on our list, guys, is to bring your braking marker back a touch. Don't brake too late. Because this car, as we said, has no ABS. And as you'll see here, we apply too much brake pressure here. 94%, as you'll see on the telemetry, and that sends the rear round into a spin because we've locked up the rear tyres. Now, as we are coming through the same section once again, you'll see this time around that what we do is we actually brake a little bit earlier. And while I pick up a sneaky little off track here, very easy to do at Alton Park, I brake earlier and I apply only around 80% brake pressure, as you'll see here, braking just a little bit earlier than we was before, and you can see there 78% to be exact, and that allowed us to not lock up the wheels and nicely glide around the hairpin. Same here through the chicane, no more than 80% of the brake pressure being applied. That way we don't lock up the wheels, and that way the car stays straight as well. So yes, there we go there, guys. Just bring your braking marker back a touch. This car has a lot longer braking than the LMP2 and the LMDH. And if you do that, think about consciously braking a bit earlier than you normally would, not applying as much brake pressure, and then that way you'll be able to slow the car down comfortably in a controlled fashion, and you'll gain more speed. Think of it, slow in, fast out, that old saying. Trust me, it works, and it most definitely does apply to the LMP3. So guys, the next tip on our list, and probably the one that catches most people out more so than the braking, is the downshifting. But downshifting when the car is moving, in particular from side to side, as you can see here. Now you may be thinking, well, the car didn't really move to side there, Scott. Well, let's just rewind it back, and I can play it in slow motion for you, because what actually happens, and I've been a victim of this myself, is that when the car's weight shifts laterally, so from side to side, as you can see here, we've gone over a crest and we're aiming the car slightly to the left with a downhill left corner. I've downshifted to third gear. Now, in that initial downshift, as the weight is shifting, that's what causes the rear to come around on itself. If we play this from chase angle, you can see the shifting movement and when the car goes. It's very subtle, but it is probably the biggest cause of spins that I've seen in this car. I've been a victim of this myself. So how do we solve this problem, guys? What can we do to tackle this? Well, we're heading up to the same corner again from a previous lap, and I'm just going to play this in full speed so that you can see from this angle exactly what we did different, and see if you can spot anything before I break it down. Notice anything different? Let's rewind it back. So there's a few things here that I did specifically different to the previous clip. So we're going to slow this down just a touch, and as we head up to this crest, you will already notice that I'm braking earlier. I'm applying the top tip that I just previously mentioned about bringing my braking marker back and being more in control of the car upon entry. The previous clip, I went in a little bit too hot, braked a little bit later than I would like, and then as I downshifted, the initial weight movement from side to side is why the car went round on itself. What I'm ensuring of here is that 1, I'm in control of the car. 2, that I'm braking in a straight line to limit any initial lateral movement, so from side to side. Because you can see here, that little blip of the throttle indicates that I'm downshifting. That is the initial downshift that I was making around here while braking slightly later and while the car was moving more side to side. This means that I am now in complete control of this car. I am trail braking at this point to ensure that I can get the front end of the car and control the shifting movement from left to right, because this is a left-hand corner. The weight of the car is going to shift onto the outside, which is the right-hand side. And that allows me to be in complete control, nice and steady, off throttle, just to ensure that I'm waiting to the right point to reach the peak at the apex and get on throttle so that I can power out of the corner. So the top tips are, guys, implement tip number 1, which is braking a little bit earlier to ensure you're in control of the car. Don't carry too much speed. You cannot throw this car into the corners. It looks like it's got a lot of downforce, and it does compared to, say, a GT3 car, but nothing compared to what an LMDH or LMP2 car has. So ensure you brake a little bit earlier and brake in a straight line if you can. That initial braking pressure. Downshift while you are in control of the car with at least minimal amount of movement from left to right. This will ensure that you're limiting any opportunity for that rear end to come round on you. Number 3 is trail brake. Control the weight movement of this car, whether you're going from left to right. Be patient. Sometimes this car doesn't even require you to downshift through corners. I feel like sometimes, myself in particular, there's corners that feel like I should be shifting down into second, when actually just controlling the weight movement of this car from left to right just by trail braking, leaving it in third gear, ensures that I've got a more smoother ride and more better exit out of the corner. There we go, guys, and those are my top tips for avoiding spinning out the LMP3 and to make your driving more consistent in this car. It is a brilliant car to drive. You can be aggressive in it, but it can also bite you very quickly as well. So just a little bit of patience is required in this car. Just draw it back just a fraction and you'll notice how much more pace you can extract out of this and how much more consistent you will be just by implementing those things that I just told you. And ultimately, go out and practice them and see if they work for you, because there's no point in racing if you can't keep the car on track, eh? So it doesn't matter how fast you are, you have to finish. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope they're helpful. Please let me know how you get on in the comments below. I'm intrigued to hear. And if you have any more tips in regards to the LMP3 car, please feel free to drop them down below. We're all here to enjoy this car as much as we can, and I look forward to seeing you all in the official races. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.